Jaws 2 could be coming to 4K this year. Will 3 and Revenge follow? We got more new Star Trek 4Ks coming this April. Criterion unveils their new April slate, including The Seventh Seal on 4K. And buckle up, because one of the greatest disaster films of all time, The Core, is coming to 4K this March. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, I am here to deliver to you the Physical Media Report, episode 144. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And man, do we got some exciting stuff to cover this week. I thought this week was going to be kind of light, but when I started to compile everything together, I was like, damn, we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. So I'm excited to get into it. But before I do that, guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media and 4Ks and Blu-rays every single day on this channel. So if you like that kind of stuff, owning the movies that you love, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, be sure to like this video, guys. Liking videos is very important, so definitely be sure to do that. And then comment down below of everything that we talk about here today. And I've got some very exciting stuff to talk about. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below, and then be sure to turn on all those bell notifications for future videos. So let's get right into it, guys, and let's start with the rumors. And I was so excited when I saw this rumor. This was on the Disc Fathers page on Instagram. I was so excited. I was over the moon about this rumor, and I really hope that it comes true. But apparently we're getting Jaws 2 on 4K this year from Universal, and it makes sense. It is the 45th anniversary of Jaws 2. That movie came out in 1978. And I was so excited. I did not think we were going to get Jaws 2, and this gives me hope for Jaws 3, and yes, Jaws the Revenge. I want them all on 4K. I honestly hope that we get them all this year. I hope all of them get announced for 4K, because to be honest, like last year, I talked about it in my top 10 studio and boutique labels, Universal kind of felt like they had an off year last year. There wasn't enough exciting announcements for them, and hell, they're doing the Alfred Hitchcock movies, they're doing the Universal Monsters. Why not do Jaws 2? I know people don't regard the sequels as good as the first one, and I definitely don't either. The first one is up here. It's a masterpiece, but I have a lot of fun with those Jaws sequels, and I always have loved Jaws 2 and Jaws 3 especially. Jaws 2 to me almost took that adventure elements out of the first Jaws and just turned Jaws into like a straight up slasher horror film, and that's what I love about that movie. It's a little bit simpler in its design and its approach, and like I said, it's not as good, but you do still have Brody from the first film, so it kind of feels like Jaws, and I love it. I just love Jaws 2, and I'm super excited. I hope this one definitely comes true. I think that it will. I think that Universal knows that Jaws has a fan base, and people would be excited to pick up Jaws 2. I definitely would. So let me know if you're excited for Jaws 2 in that comment section below. Let's get into the next rumor, and this is one that I actually talked about. I did a 10 movies that we need on 4K to come to 4K in 2023 recently, and I talked about this movie, and it is rumored as well. Vacation is supposed to be coming to 4K from Warner Brothers this year for the 40th anniversary. So this one's kind of a no-brainer to me. I already called this one out. We got Christmas Vacation last year. They were kind of testing the water with that one because it's the most popular vacation film, and I knew that we would probably get Vacation in 4K this year because it is the 40th anniversary of the film. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. All the Vacations I would want on 4K, even European Vacation, but Vegas Vacation I would want on 4K as well. I love Vegas Vacation. I don't care what anybody says. I love that movie. That's my second favorite vacation movie. I like that even more than the original, but I love the original as well. You can't beat the original when it just comes to like classic Chevy Chase comedy directed by Harold Ramis. So I would definitely be excited for Vacation to come to 4K. But again, if you're excited for Vacation, if you're excited for Vegas Vacation to come to 4K as well, let me know in that comment section below. Now let's get into the official news and announcements, guys, because we have got some bangers to talk about here today. So apparently these Star Trek films, the newer Star Trek films, I don't know if you would call them like the next generation line of Star Trek films, because it has Picard, played by Patrick Stewart, kind of front and center on all the covers. So I guess these are like the next generation Star Trek films. Is that an appropriate thing to say? Again, I'm not huge into Star Trek. I did watch all the original films for the first time last year, but I still don't consider myself a Trekkie, and I need to make sure I pronounce that right, guys. Star Trek is coming to 4K. The newer Star Trek movies, because whenever I say Trek, people always correct me, but I just can't help myself. But anyway, Star Trek Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis on 4K are all coming out this year from Paramount on April the 3rd. And these are official. These are on Blu-ray.com. Now, the covers that I'm showing you for all of these films are not the official artwork of them. I imagine they'll get some kind of cool cover art that kind of aligns with the other Star Trek 4Ks that they've done. But really cool stuff, guys. I have not seen any of these movies. I feel like I've seen maybe bits and pieces of Generations. I do remember parts of that movie, but I have not seen any of these movies in their entirety, so I would definitely be excited to check these out. Because even though I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, I did enjoy those movies that I watched. So I imagine I would enjoy these as well. Now, hopefully they don't do the lame thing and put all of these in a 4-film box set. Hopefully they'd let you buy all of these individually. That's what we want, guys. We want options. So hopefully they give you the option. You can buy them all together or you can buy them all individually. But who knows with Paramount? And hopefully we get some Steelbooks with these as well. And hopefully they re-release the other ones as well and give those Steelbooks for those, because I think that would be super cool as well. A lot of Star Trek fans. Look, I'm trying to stick up for you. Even though I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan, I'm trying to stick up for you Star Trek fans, because I know you want all of the Star Trek additions and options that you can handle as well. So yeah, Star Trek, let me know if you're excited for the new movies on 4K in that comment section below. We also, guys, this is a very exciting announcement that I want to talk about real quick. The Core is coming to 4K as well from Paramount. Paramount's having a hell of a year so far. Paramount's releasing The Core on 4K on March the 14th. So The Core is coming to 4K. Look, guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why I'm doing my fist like this. I was not excited for The Core when it came out on Blu-ray from Shout Factory, and I'm definitely not excited for The Core on 4K. Now, look, The Core, I remember seeing this movie in the theaters and being completely underwhelmed by it. I didn't enjoy it at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep while I watched this movie in the theaters. I am up for revisiting it, though. I did want to purchase The Core on Blu-ray from Shout because it was like $22.99. I'm sure this, being that it's coming out from Paramount, is probably going to be $19.99 when it comes out on 4K. So I will pick this up, and it's a 4K, so it's probably going to look better in 4K. From what I remember, though, movie stars Aaron Eckhart. I think Hilary Swank's in this movie as well. The kid from The New Guy was in this film that I remember, because he was kind of starting to blow up a little bit, and then he did a couple of movies and then just kind of fizzled out. So I remember he was in the movie. I think there's a couple other like well-known people in the movie. I just don't remember this movie being that good. But if you're a big Core fan, you're probably excited for it on 4K. I just like to make fun of the Core. I don't know, guys. It's just what I do on the channel. I made fun of it last year when it came out from Shout, and now I'm making fun of it because it's coming out on 4K. The Core. Are you excited? Let me know in that comment section below. Now let's talk about the Criterion April announcements. I briefly covered these on my live stream that I did the other night, but The Seventh Seal is coming out on 4K from Criterion on April the 18th. We also got Triangle of Sadness, which is a newer film coming out on 4K on April the 25th. And we also got The Fisher King, which is an old Terry Gilliam film starring Robin Williams, coming out on April the 11th. And we have Small Axe, which is a collection of 5 Steve McQueen films. And I believe that this was a streaming kind of show movie type thing that came out on Amazon a few years ago, but that's coming out on April the 25th. So we have 3 4Ks and 1 like big collector's set of 5 films. On the surface, like, this looks like a pretty strong month for Criterion. I will say The Seventh Seal I'm not particularly excited for, because I already have that 4K from the British Film Institute. I don't know if this is going to be like a different transfer. They're going to use the same transfer, but to me, like, that's kind of lame because it already has a 4K, and from what I've heard, like, that's a great 4K. I have it in my collection. I don't need to buy this, and it's the exact same cover as the Criterion Blu-ray that came out. I wish that Criterion would do something different with their 4Ks, maybe new artwork or something to distinguish the two. But I know a lot of people is excited for this if you didn't get that British Film Institute version of it. Seventh Seal is definitely a great movie directed by Ingmar Bergman. It's actually the only film directed by Ingmar Bergman that I've ever seen, so I need to check out more of his films for sure. But it's a great movie, and I'm sure it's going to look fantastic in 4K. I still need to check out my British Film Institute edition, but I probably won't be getting this. Let me know if you are in that comment section below. But Triangle of Sadness is one that I actually am interested in picking up, because that's a newer film, and I've heard some good things about it. Heard some very interesting things about it, and the fact that it's coming to 4K definitely intrigues me. So if I pick up any of these, it'll probably be Triangle of Sadness, even though I've heard some great things about The Fisher King, and it's got Robin Williams in it, so I'll surely pick that up at some point, but it'll probably be one of the Criterion sales. But yeah, let me know if you're excited for the Criterion slate, the April Criterion slate, in that comment section below. We also have Red Eye coming to 4K from Paramount Presents. I did a full discussion on this in a video last week, and that's coming out on March the 21st. So this is the first time that Red Eye is being put out on Blu-ray or 4K, and it's a part part of the Paramount Presents line, so definitely cool stuff there. If you're a Red Eye fan and you've been waiting for this to come to Blu-ray, I'm sure you're pretty pleased. We also have Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham, coming out on 4K and Blu-ray from Warner Brothers on March of 28th. So I'm not big into collecting for the Batman DC animated stuff, but I'm sure there's people that are always excited when these new animated films come out for sure. We also have LA Wars coming to Blu-ray. This is an MVD Rewind edition coming out on May the 16th. So this looks like a really cool edition right here from MVD Rewind. You have a new audio commentary and you have new special features attached to this as well. So MVD Rewind just does some really solid work. I think that their transfers, they're not the best Blu-ray transfers, but they're usually pretty solid. And they've been starting to add in like new special features into their stuff. Like Last American Virgin that just came out had a bunch of new special features. So they're definitely doing some good work. So I'm excited to check this one out. We also have Babylon getting a 4K Steelbook from Paramount, and this is available for pre-order right now on Amazon. So I don't know if there's going to be like two different Babylon Steelbooks because there's still one up on Best Buy that doesn't have any artwork, the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, and this one's up on Amazon. So I don't know if there's going to be two Babylon Steelbooks, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to pick up Babylon in 4K. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, and this Steelbook actually looks pretty nice. I might actually end up picking this one up. I don't know if I'll double dip and grab both Steelbooks. Of course, there is the standard 4K as well, but from what I've heard, the standard 4K only has the 4K disc, whereas this Steelbook's going to have the 4K and the Blu-ray. So I might end up picking up that Steelbook just because I'm going to get that extra copy of Babylon on Blu-ray. But I'm really excited for Babylon to check that one out when it finally comes out. Damien Chazelle film. I've really enjoyed all of his films. Loved some of his films like Whiplash and La La Land. Really enjoyed First Man, but I'm excited to check out Babylon for sure. We also have Twix Now and Sunrise, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, coming out on Blu-ray for the first time from Lionsgate on February the 28th. And this is what I like about Lionsgate, because sometimes they'll go back and they'll just put out these random like older titles on Blu-ray with a slipcover, and they seem to pay attention. Lionsgate, guys, is just firing on all cylinders. I talk about it all the time. They got that Dennis collection coming out this week for like $11.99, which we'll talk about again here in a second. All kinds of stuff coming out, and they seem to pay attention to their back catalog, and they're putting out like new 4K Steelbooks, and Lionsgate just does great work, guys, all around. So I just can't hype up Lionsgate enough. And this looks like a really cool movie that I never heard of. It stars Elle Fanning, and again, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. So let me know if you're excited for that one in the comment section below. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the deals. We don't have too many deals to discuss this week, but we have the Running Man 4K Steelbook available for $22.74 right now, which is definitely the cheapest that it's ever been. We have 1408 out on Blu-ray right now, guys, for $7.99. I actually thought about picking this one up because I don't own this movie in the collection. I remember the movie vaguely. I know it has John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson in it, but I don't remember too much about it. So I thought about picking this one up on Blu-ray, and that seems like a good price for that. We also have the Coraline 4K Steelbook available for $22.99. That is a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Steelbook. I really need to buy this one. I still have the Blu-ray of Coraline from Shout Factory. That to me looked excellent, but I've been hearing so many good things about this 4K that I might just have to pick it up. And that Steelbook artwork is just fantastic. We also have the X-Men trilogy, the original X-Men trilogy on 4K right now, available for $35.99. So definitely a good price for those three movies. We have the Universal Monsters Volume 2 4K set as well for $39.99. So yeah, that's all the big deals. Not too many deals going on this week. But let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. We got some really awesome stuff coming out this week for sure. Like the last 2 weeks of January is really popping off, in my opinion. I feel like all the stuff that I'm excited for is coming out in these last 2 weeks. But we have Death Wish coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $27.99. I'm so excited to check this out. I've never seen Death Wish, so this will be the first time watch for me on 4K. And Kino Lorber, I'm sure is going to do a terrific job on this movie in 4K. I cannot wait to see it for sure. We also have the Dennis 2-movie collector's set coming out from Vestron and Lionsgate for a lean price of $11.99. Think about that, guys. I just talked about it, but think about that for a second. 2-movie collector's set on Blu-ray with new special features for $11.99. Like Lionsgate, I cannot express to you guys, like if Scream Factory did this set, it would easily be $39.99. Like no questions asked. If Scream Factory did this, it might even be $50. But Lionsgate and Vestron is really doing the Lord's work. They're catering to the collector. They're looking out for us, putting these out at cheap, affordable prices. And these movies might be crap. I've never seen the Dennis movies. They might be total crap. But $11.99 for this this set with a beautiful artwork. Like, you cannot beat that, guys. You absolutely cannot beat that. You also have the Jackie Chan Collection Volume 1. Speaking of Shout Factory, 1976 through 1982. This is 7 films from Jackie Chan's filmography, coming out as a Shout Select title for $89.99. Now, granted, this is 7 films, so that's actually a pretty good price for 7 movies, $89.99. But yeah, again, the price, let's compare the two. $89.90 versus $11.99. There's just no comparison, guys. Like Lionsgate versus Shout Factory, just everybody else, they're just absolutely killing it. But Jackie Chan Collector's Set, I'm excited to get this. I'm supposed to be getting this one in, so I'm excited to get it and check it out. We also have Violent Night on Blu-ray from Universal coming out for $22.96. And I've already talked about this one. I think I talked about it last week. This will be getting a slipcover, even though the image that I'm showing does not have a slipcover. We also have Freaky coming out on 4K from Scream Factory for $27.99. Now, this will not be getting a slipcover as well. I don't understand Scream Factory and their logic. Like, why not put this out with a slipcover? You know that collectors buy this stuff, so put it out with a slipcover. It just doesn't make sense for me. I honestly probably would have bought it if it had like some kind of like cool slipcover with like new artwork for Freaky. I would have probably bought it. Like, there's so many cool like images in that movie. Like, you could have done so much with the artwork instead of just using the same plain old movie poster artwork for when it came out. Like, that just makes no sense to me. Do some cool new artwork. You're freaking Scream Factory, for crying out loud. But anyway, Freaky on 4K. I'm sure the movie will look good. Like, visually, it was a cool looking movie, so I'm sure on 4K it'll look pretty good. We got Men at Work coming out on Blu-ray from MVD Rewind for $17.99. We also have The Last American Virgin coming out on Blu-ray from MVD Rewind as well. Now, I did get a chance to watch this recently, and let me give my small review right here. This is an excellent, excellent movie, and just a great release by MVD Rewind. I was not expecting this movie to be as good as it was. It's honestly up there. It came out the same year as Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's up there with Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I would probably still put Fast Times above it, but it's up there. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you buy one release this week, besides Death Wish on 4K, because I'm sure that's going to be great as well, I would honestly put your money into this. This is $19.99, and it's a really great movie, so highly recommend The Last American Virgin. Like I said, you're going to have new special features in that as well. We also have Belly coming out on 4K. I'm excited for this as well. Coming out from Lionsgate for $17.99 on 4K. We're also getting a 4K Fire Lionsgate Steelbook for $24.99 as well, which just looks absolutely incredible. I love the artwork on the Steelbook with the blues and the whites. It just looks great. We have 3 new Warner Archive releases coming out this week. The Long Trailer coming out for $17.99. Goodbye Mr. Chips coming out for $17.99. And Wife vs. Secretary coming out for $17.99 as well. We have The Barn Part 2 coming out on Blu-ray from Scream Team releasing for $27.99. I haven't even heard of The Barn Part 1. We have London coming out on Blu-ray from Mill Creek for $10.69. We have This Is Not a Burial, It's a Resurrection coming out from Criterion for $27.99. We have Glorious coming out from RLJE for $16.59. We also have Rock Dog 3 coming out from Lionsgate for $19.99. I know a lot of you guys are excited about that one. And we have The Honeymoon coming out from Lionsgate for $19.99 as well. And with that, guys, we are finished with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit the subscribe button. Also, drop me a like and comment down below of everything that we discussed, guys. What are you the most excited about? Let me know in that comment section below. Turn on those bell notifications and follow me on all my social media accounts down below. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Letterboxd, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on all the places. So hit the follow buttons down below and follow me over there, and we'll see you next time.